Coming to you from sunny Southwest Florida. I'm Kevin.
This is Jimmy James, better known as Drum and J 108, and Kevin
Also
is.
known as at Geo Ballantyne. Sorry for
I sprung that one on you, buddy.
yeah. What we got going today, James?
Well, for today's menu, we have to offer the fine watchers of our beautiful YouTube channel. We are going to be tier listing the MCU films, all 37 theatrical released movies.
Woo!
Woo!
I think we've hinted at this for quite a while. We've been wanting to do it. We've What movies have we not seen together? Do we have that on tap? Because
So I want to say we started watching Thor: The Dark World together. I remember either it was that one or Captain America, which came out pretty. The second Captain America, Winter Soldier. Um, we started seeing those together, and then pretty sure after that we're like every movie opening night we're gonna see. But yeah, man, we have a good streak going. We started early. That's phase two of the MCU. We're deep into phase six now, thanks to Fantastic Four: The First Step. So there's a long history of MCU. We have a history of watching these movies together. We've done some movie reviews in the past lives of Fractal Minds. Civil War, we did a review on. I remember that one. But yeah, Marvel MCU is very important to Fractal Minds, important to us. We want to show it off in all of its glory in doing this tier list. So I say let's get right into it, Kevin.
all right, let's do it.
All right, we're transitioned into the tier list. So, if you're not familiar, I'm using a website called Tier Maker, and you at home could use this template, or you could make one yourself. It's very easy, actually. You do have to deal with some ads. I'm not a fan of that. If you're watching Tier Maker, maybe let off on the ads, okay? Just chill out.
I couldn't agree more. So having it full screen, it's fine. I was trying to how you put use half the screen for one window and use half the screen for the other window. Yeah, you can't do that with the tier because the ads there's a tier on or ad on top to the left, to the right, and on the bottom. You can't even see the tier list when you only have half of the window open. So kind of
Eh,
ruined that.
you know, Web 3.0 or Web 4.0, whatever we're in right now, it's pretty nasty with the ads in general. Like, um, I don't really web surf like I used to, but anytime I go off on a different website to like look for something, it's like just filled with ads. Like even like news articles. If you just want to read an article about what terrible thing that's happened in the world now, you're just like covered in ads. You don't even know where the article is. Oh, it's ridiculous.
I couldn't agree. You took the words out of my mouth. I was actually going to mention that anytime I try reading a news article, it's just the paragraph stopped. There's three ads. You got to scroll by. Oh, there's the other part of the paragraph, and you can start reading again. It's annoying, but
It's
yeah. So we are doing the tier list, as you can see, S tier, A, B, C, D. When James first brought it up, he mentioned the tier list, but as we were preparing for this, I forgot the tier list, and I about panicked because I thought we had to rank 1 through 37. I'm like, how do I? It's so convoluted. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I like this tier list. And yeah, we can't wait to go through them and our favorites with you. So, James, you want to kick it off or start off with the first movie?
Yeah, man. Yeah, let's kick it off. So, MCU started 2008 with a banger. This and actually May 2008 is when the first MCU movie, Iron Man, has come out. I'm just gonna put it in the center now, just to like kind of like show it off. But yeah, man, what a way to start a franchise and one that really set the tone. I think they hit it out of the park on the first movie for sure. It definitely made the blueprint for MCU. John Favreau, the director. You have, of course, Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. in the iconic role. Um, I mean, it definitely seems like the MCU can't get out of that shadow.
No, he
So
created a mighty shadow for sure.
yeah, man, this is such a good and like when it came out, this was in a sea of other superhero movies, right? Like the superhero movie already was a thing before this kicked it off, but this really was just it changed everything. The MCU changed everything. So yeah,
Started this whole universe like I wasn't expecting it to begin doing a whole uh universe the way it's doing. Usually you get like the trilogies and it's done and then you get a remake of the same trilogy but with new characters, 5 years from now. Just like Batman as an example. Until they tried doing their own and that was a failure, but we're not talking about that.
not
But
today.
no, I was very pleasantly surprised with beyond that. Like it's a part of my life basically right now, like keeping up with the Marvel movies in the same way people keep up with like comics and stuff like that, and I'm happy that we are in this timeline for the most part.
Having the MCU movies in the timeline definitely helps.
Yes, exactly.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah, and I think it's a safe bet having Iron Man at B, because I get what you're going. Like as we start ranking other movies, like it might go up, it might go down. I think it does belong personally, probably near A, maybe not S,
Yeah.
but as a good starting point.
Yeah, man.
Um,
Like I think A is the appropriate one. I kind of just put it B to like put it in the middle just to kind of get a parameter, but I think you gotta put this in A at least.
oh yeah. So James, you want me to? I was talking to James before we started recording, and as I mentioned, I was kind of panicking and doing 1 through 37, and what I did was create a list of all the movies 1 through 37 ranked by a three-way average between a tomato meter, critics, their fresh meter, or I guess it is called the tomato meter, how fresh it is, from the critics, and then the Metacritic review, which is 0 to 100, and then also the cinema score, which is the opening weekend audience grade. So it takes all three of those, averages it out, and ranks it by that average. So going over it, you want to like right off the bat, like as we go through the movies, kind of tell you where it ranks from 1 through 37. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I say let's rank the movie on our list and then let's hear the score and see how it compares and maybe it'll sway our view on it, but I'm curious, what did Iron Man get on this score?
The OG Iron Man, out of 100 from the three reviewer or critics, 89.3. It ranks number 3 out of the top 37 movies.
It got number 3. Wow.
Yeah, but I think because of how it started, the con it had was that it was just two giant robots battling it out at the end, I guess.
Right.
But that was the con it had. But otherwise, it started the MCU. It's the OG. I think it has a lot of that writing behind it, like the fact that it's the OG. What we just kind of mentioned, starting out the MCU and the way it started out, it was really good. It wasn't a bad movie by any means.
No.
But yeah, it's ranked overall by the critics' reviews and the audience reviews, 89.3 out of 100.
Wow, good for Iron Man.
And number 3 ranked.
That's impressive. I mean, there's a lot of development that happened in the MCU, and some things didn't change, right? Like how you mentioned the two robots fighting in the end. A lot of the movies have that the repeatable. It's the big bad at the end, and it's just two people just clashing, and like sometimes it works fine, sometimes it's not so great. But
and I think that's where some of the rankings, where some of the movies get hit a little bit, is just the fact that it's not new. It's like we've seen this before, kind of thing.
Yeah,
and I think that's where some of these rankings you'll end up seeing are questionable. I'm not saying that this ranking is the end all be all, because you're going to see some in here. You're going to be like, wow, but it's an interesting concept that we're working with here. So.
Yeah, I like it. Do you have the box office number by any chance? I definitely remember the MCU didn't start with a bang on the box office. You know, it wasn't the $200 million opening that it turned into later in its career. But I remember the first one doing well. I want to say it's in the 200 million. You're doing domestic. Are you looking up domestic or
it's domestic gross?
All right,
yeah.
cool. All right. Yeah, I have those numbers better in my head than worldwide, but I'm going to say it's between 2 to 300 million.
319 million.
Oh, over. Okay. All right, cool.
Yep.
Good for Iron Man. That's a lot of money.
It's the number I got. Well, now that we have this ranking here, it is the number 19 highest growing. So there are 18 other movies that grossed more. So
right in the middle. It stayed right in the middle. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good for it.
Well, a good start. A good start.
Yeah. Great way. Well, now on to the second movie. This was the second release of the MCU, The Incredible Hulk, starring Edward Norton. How do you feel about this movie, Kevin?
It's the least MCU movie of the MCU.
Well, it definitely tried to make a comeback with Captain America: Brave New World recently, though.
Yeah, I know. I was like, that was a strange callback, but I had to, because you had to remind me who that was, and then I had to remind my wife who that was. The general I'm talking about who became the president, who Harrison Ford was playing.
Also, just real quick, we didn't say this at the start, but we will. This is a spoiler-heavy episode. We assume that anyone who's watching this has watched all the movies. If you haven't, don't blame us for spoiling anything. Not saying that we're going to deliberately spoil everything, but be warned.
Good warning. Yeah, that's a good to throw out there.
Yes, you have been warned. But yes, sorry. So you were talking about Harrison Ford took over the role of Thaddeus Ross, of course.
Yeah. And I mean, it was hard to recall that far back. Oh yeah, S tier all the way. For me, it's yeah. For me, like I should have honestly, I didn't even bother watching a recap of it because I'm not connected to it with the universe at all. Like maybe as a standalone movie, maybe it is good, but I'm thinking C or D. Like I'll defer to you. Maybe you have a little more respect for it.
Nah.
The fact that doing this whole thing, like doing the whole tier when I was going through it, it dawned on me. I guess you just don't think about it because Mark Ruffalo's Hulk is in so many movies, but he doesn't have his own.
Yep. Yeah.
It just dawned on me while I was doing this.
Very interesting, and I think it goes to show that this was the start, right? Like they were trying something new. Edward Norton, I thought, was a good choice. He plays a good Bruce Banner, but he obviously there was a lot of behind the scenes of why this movie turned out how it did, and Edward Norton is a powerful mind. Like he has a lot of ideas and he wants to see it happen, and it sounded like he clashed with the director and maybe like the heads of MCU on making this. So I think they made a fine movie. I definitely enjoyed it when it first came out. It was always fun seeing the Hulk on the big screen. I do like Edward Norton a lot as an actor, but I don't think this movie holds up to the rest of the MCU. So for me, it goes in the Hulk tier, the D tier.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Overall, fitting in with the whole MCU, it doesn't really. And I think I have heard what you were talking about too. I couldn't remember if it was him or the because there was another Hulk movie just a few years before that one, wasn't there?
Yeah, Ang Lee directed a movie. Gosh, I forget the year, but it was just called Hulk, and man, I forget the guy who was in it too, but it was
That's not
fine.
connected at all. So
No, this was
yeah.
a Universal film, I want to say, because they still even
Oh,
hold the rights to Hulk. Like that's the whole thing with why Hulk has such a weird history in these series of films too. That's why we didn't get something until Avengers, and then after that, he was only in Avengers movies until Thor Ragnarok. But yeah, it's a shame. I think it's a good character, but can you give me the ranking according to the reviews? I'm curious. Is it an S tier? Is it number one?
it's actually number 29 out of 37. So it actually toppled over quite a few movies that I don't agree with. Again, I say this because the movies that it's ahead of, I think I liked every one of them actually more than this movie. So,
Yeah.
but I won't skip ahead, obviously.
Yeah, no spoilers,
And
Kevin.
as a side note, I'm like Mark Ruffalo question mark because I mean I was just a joke though. So,
I
but it has
like.
a 72.7.
Okay.
And is ranked number 29.
72 is not bad.
Domestically, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, like a 72 average score is not bad though. Like that's still a good movie.
Correct. I guess I should tell you that the rankings are 58.3 all the way to 94.7. That's the range of all the movies.
Okay.
Just give you a so
Cool. Okay.
And even being that far down the list, it still got a 72.7 when the worst one is 58.3. So
Okay. Can we do a guessing game the next time we do a movie?
sure.
I want to guess.
All right, got it. Well, I'll let you guess the domestic if you don't have it in front of you.
Oh, okay. I want to say this did a little worse. Oh no, yeah, actually, I know this one. This one is pretty low. I want to say this is like the lowest box office for MCU. I want to say this is under 190.
Definitely under 190.
Yeah.
You want to give me the? I'll give you the answer.
Yeah, I don't know past that.
That's all right. 135 million.
Woo, baby, jeez. Wow, I mean, like, sorry, yeah, it's still a good box office return, but and especially when you're starting off a franchise, that's fine. But when you compare it to what they've done, that's pretty low. But like, there's so many movies that would kill for $130 million box office return. Well, anything else on the Incredible Hulk?
I think what you said it pretty sums up my feelings on it, and I had heard that there was a conflict of between actor and producer, so
Yeah,
or director. So
I wonder. Here, I wanna add a row. We're doing live editing. We're gonna put to be ranked right here. Can I do that? To be ranked. There we go. That way we have the movie that we're talking about in our queue, and then we can rank it properly.
all right.
All right, my friend. So we have 2010's Iron Man 2. So pretty interesting start. Marvel went off with a bang. They released two movies in 2008, pretty close to each other too. Iron Man 1 was May, and Incredible Hulk was June. So that's like,
Wow.
yeah, like looking back at that, that's insane. Like, no wonder Incredible Hulk didn't do that well. It was still fighting with Iron Man in the movie theater. So that.
And go ahead. Sorry.
So yeah, sorry. It's just it kind of goes to show like you need to space this stuff out, which they were better about. So it took 2 years to get the next movie, Iron Man 2. That also came out May of 2010. What do you think about Iron Man 2, Kevin?
I'm just now noticing what you changed D to.
You're welcome.
I didn't notice that. I saw the two be ranked. I completely ignored D. That's pretty good. But yeah, no, Iron Man 2 was pretty good. this is when I watched a quick recap, and like one of the highlights of the movie was the fighting Ivan out on the racetrack. And part of the clip I saw that also it got me both. I was like, all right, that is a cool fight scene. I remember them highlighting that in the trailers too. But there's a moment where Tony Stark, he gets the suit on because he's like risking his life for it, and he gets his suit and then pushes the car out of the way that has I forgive me for getting the characters' names, but he pushes the car out of the way to get it away from Ivan, and then sits there and takes a beating instead of flying out of the range. And he literally sits there and takes a beating, and I start trying to shoot him with his hand. And but he has a full suit on, unless he has an armor that he doesn't fly with. But he could have easily got out of the guy's range and then shot him from a distance. But he just sat there and took the damage, even allowed the electric, I don't know the name of the weapon, but that weapon he had. Yeah.
Okay.
And it just like wrapped around him, and he took it as he was sitting there. It was just an odd way to like stand your ground when your allies are out of reach and safe because you pushed them out of the way, and then you're sitting there just taking the beat. It didn't make sense to me when I saw the recap, I guess. But I would still probably rank it probably within definitely a C, but I'm not sure good enough to be a B. I'm not sure myself.
Yeah. Looking back on Iron Man 2, it's definitely a rough one for me. It's definitely not the best follow-up movie from Iron Man 1. It's definitely like, and that's the thing. Like, that's something that I wanted to like say at the start of this too was when I saw all these movies. For the most part, I've enjoyed all of them. You know, seeing a Marvel movie in the theaters is a great time, and especially like how we kind of started this podcast with is like seeing it with your buddies, right? Like, we have this bond of seeing all these movies, and it just puts a different kind of spirit to them. So, like, I'll always enjoy going to the movies to see these movies. Iron Man 2 is not a great film.
Not rewatchable.
No, yeah, I think that's the big thing that I'm going to rank these movies on too is the rewatchability. What movies hold up on their own? What ones succeeded at wanting me to watch them over and over again? And like Iron Man 2 is a rough one. Like Sam Rockwell is like I want to say like misused in this movie. He's the arms dealer that I just felt like didn't do much in this, and he's like one of the best actors of our modern time. So, and Michael Rooker, like he was good in it. I thought the villain was fine, but like it just kind of turned into like old robots fighting each other. Like I don't know, it just didn't really work for me. RDJ did a good job. I mean, I think this movie only worked because Robert Downey Jr. still is very good as Tony Stark. So if it wasn't for that, it would be in the D range. For now, let's put it in the C, I guess.
It's thing to note, wasn't that also it was Pepper Potts, and I still can't remember the other guy's name that was in the car that because Pepper had the briefcase. It was the briefcase suit.
Okay, was it Don Cheadle?
Don Cheadle, not Don Cheadle wasn't the one in the car. It was the Happy. Is that his name?
Oh, Happy Logan. Okay.
Yeah.
John Favreau.
Yeah, he was driving. He drove the car into Whiplash a few times, or I guess Sam Rockwell. Not Sam Rockwell. Ivan Vanko is who I was trying to name earlier, but
okay.
But yeah, Don Cheadle was introduced as the War Machine in this movie, I believe, right?
Yeah. So this was another recasting. This is the first recast. I mean, third movie, and you had to recast one of your main characters. So, I mean, it's rocky. It's hard to get actors all online, but this was the Don Cheadle, I believe. Right? Is that him there?
Yep, Don Cheadle.
All right, thank you. All right.
I think I agree with C.
Yeah, it might go back down to D though. It might go back down to the Hulk tier.
Hulk rating.
We'll see. We'll see how the other movies fly.
Not
Um,
Mark, not Ruffalo.
oh, Mark Ruffalo is amazing. I love him. But
Yeah.
let's see. So the ranking for this one, you said the Incredible Hulk was what, 29, 27,
29.
29. I'm gonna say this ranked a little higher. I'm gonna say it's between. I'm gonna say like 25 around there.
You're not too bad off. It's actually one above the Incredible Hulk. It's 28.
Ah, okay. All right, I'll take that. I'll take that. Cool.
It has
Cool.
so the Incredible Hulk had a 72.7 average, and this movie had a flat 73.0.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
So,
Okay. Cool.
and domestic, do you want to guess that? The Incredible Hulk. Or not
Hmm.
the Incredible Hulk, the Iron Man 2.
I don't think it.
Oh,
I don't think it did as well as the first Iron Man. I could be wrong. I'll say it's below the first Iron Man. I'll say it's in the 200s. Let's say 250.
uh, actually, you know, I just to test the accuracy because I am using AI like on the fly there. So let me just check because
I think the wiki might say. Let's check.
is it where it says box office?
Yeah, let me double check.
Because box office for Iron Man 2 is freaking crazy, but I'm not sure if that's probably global.
That could be
That's,
global.
um, but anyways, on here I'll go by AI.
Uh-huh.
So original Iron Man domestic gross was 319 million, and Iron Man 2 it says 312 million.
Oh,
So not too
wow.
far off. So
Okay.
probably still people probably went after seeing the success of the first movie, thinking it was going to be that great again, and that's probably
Yeah.
why that drove him in there.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I can see that. That makes sense to me. So you can see the box office on Wikipedia, but you have to like scroll all the way down to reception, and then it breaks down domestic and worldwide. So,
Was that accurate?
but sorry, you said 312?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's accurate. Okay, so
Cool.
your
Awesome.
system works. So that works out good.
All right.
Cool.
And
All right. Well, 3 movies down. You know what that means, Kevin.
we're going to Thor.
Thor, the first Thor movie. You got Natalie Portman. You got Anthony Hopkins. You got Tom Hiddleston as Loki. Of course, you got Chris Hemsworth, a very young looking Chris Hemsworth. I was doing all the image building and looking at Chris at that young first movie. Just he looks like a little baby.
He does. He looks really young. He
Yeah,
he stuck around quite a bit for the MCU.
and he's still in it. I saw a report that Kevin Feige is like still wants him to be Thor. I think Chris says he still wants to be Thor for a while, so I think he's going to be around for a while longer. So pretty cool to see. I like it.
Cool.
Idris Elba, of course, is in this movie too. A supporting role, but just want to shout him out. He got on the cover, so pretty cool.
Okay.
Okay, so how do we feel? This is the introduction of Thor, um, the fourth movie of the MCU. And this came out a year after Iron Man 2, so a full year later we got this movie. Um, I think this movie did a good job of showing off the character. Um, I think parts that didn't quite work were bringing him to Earth and kind of being that fish out of water and removing his powers. Um, I think, like, looking back at probably the comic history, I think that's probably like pretty accurate to like a origin for that character. So I get why they did it, and I think for the most part, it's fine. It succeeded. I just think it's a little like bogged down of like developing these characters and probably trying to explain too much of Asgard and just everything.
All that.
Yeah, but I will say Asgard like looks awesome. Like I thought they did a great job of building that world and just really like having the like us, the viewers, want to be there and in that world. And the whole Loki and Thor dynamic I thought was really great too. And it goes to
Yeah,
show like Tom Hiddleston's still in the MCU and he got his own series and like that's based
that's
on
great.
his performance. So
Yeah.
I think this movie is going to rank higher than Iron Man 2 for me. But how about you? What do you think about Thor?
Definitely. I think I'll rank this probably B tier. Like you mentioned, like Thor and Loki, we got to see them introduced, and I believe in that one the Tesseract gets involved a little bit. Um, but I think my biggest gripe on that movie is wasn't the 'cause I know the premise. This is one I actually did watch a recap, a quick recap of, and um, he was banished to Earth because he went and broke basically a treaty because he went and attacked that planet
Mm,
of I can't think of
the Ice
the
Giants.
yeah, and so of course he was banished by Odin to Earth, and um, basically the hammer was there, and he had to basically be he had to be worthy. But I think my biggest gripe about the movie was the Destroyer supposed to be the big bad?
Yeah, yeah, yep,
Yeah, I didn't really care for him.
yeah, yeah,
Not that didn't really.
yeah.
So because of that alone, he can't. This movie's not getting past B.
Well, okay, so that's an interesting um, perspective that you put on there. Like the big bad, right? Like I think this movie doesn't have. They have a final bad. He's not the big bad
I-
though. He wasn't a threat for the entire movie. He kind of
yeah,
just like what I think they teased them, right? There was teases of these big metal guards that just can destroy anything, and so you had the threat, but you didn't know it was going to be used on Thor. So
yeah,
yeah, like I agree with you. It's a nameless, faceless character that you don't have any emotional stake in. So who cares? Like you want that thing to die. So yeah, it's a little weak.
yeah. I agree.
Cool. All right.
Uh,
Well, B is where Thor has landed. Now it's time for everyone's favorite game. Jimmy guesses the ranking. So Iron Man 2 was ranked 28. I'm going to say this one's a little higher. I'm going to go back to rank 25. Let's go.
uh, 27. We actually got 29, 28, and 27.
Now that's funny. I don't care who you are. That's funny right there. Okay. All right.
So it also had a 73.0 with the averages.
Okay.
And
Interesting.
the domestic gross.
Hmm. I don't think it did as much as Iron Man 2. I'm going to say 230.
181.
181. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it just kind of goes to show that they were doing very well. They obviously, like, those numbers are awesome. But I think, like, they just, well, in Iron Man 2 and Iron Man did 300. So, like, comparing to those, it's obviously that's half. So, you know, that's, I mean, but it's still a
Yeah.
high number. Damn, 180. That's
Definitely.
impressive.
Some of these numbers, like I said, and I redid the algorithm real quick. I had this the AI re-spit out, and it corrected one of them. One of the movies I was questioning that I was like, I'm not getting ahead of myself, but it didn't correct the other one. It makes me a little iffy on the number, but we'll go with it. If there's inaccuracies, I apologize. I'm using AI because it's the quickest thing.
Yeah.
For getting all of the compilings of all the domestic gross and everything. So without having to click back and forth between a bunch of screens.
Yeah, I like it. It's just like a rough thing. AI is not perfect. We all know that.
Nope.
All right. Well, cool. I like it though. I like that aspect of this.
Thor's and B more enjoyable than Iron Man 2.
Yes, by far. All right. Oh shoot, I forgot what I was doing. All right, sorry
Got
everyone. All right, now on to the next movie. This came out in July of 2011. So again, they did the thing where they had a movie in May, and then a couple months later, another movie, which they've done recently too. But this was to kick things off with Captain America: The First Avenger. Woohoo! You got Chris Evans, Mr. America, Steve Rogers.
America.
Well, what do you think
uh,
about Captain America: The First Avenger, Kevin? Why don't you start this one off?
Captain America: The First Avenger. I enjoyed the origin story, and taking us back to World War II and seeing it's like the superhuman serum,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Yep. And I wasn't really attached to Red Skull as an enemy, but I get it. He's comic book lore. He's true to the comics, and he did overall well. The actor who played him. I just wasn't connected to him as a villain personally. Maybe it's because I've seen too many war movies and I've seen World War II and all that, and maybe it was just a little too much of that for me personally. But overall, like seeing Captain America, shine, come out, and what did we get America's ass in this one? Or was that later?
That's much later, my friend.
But
That's funny though.
overall, I think it was a good movie and a good origin story.
Yeah.
And I'd probably rank it. I'd probably B as well. A B.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, for me, I definitely like this movie a lot. I think it holds up very well. I think it's on par with Iron Man 1 as holding up today. Like, I think you could watch this movie and still like really enjoy it. And it's kind of its own thing, right? It's not connected. It has the Tesseract in it. It does show that. It does connect at the end. But the whole first part of the movie, the whole like movie chunk is its own thing. So I do enjoy that aspect of it. Hugo Weaving is Red Skull. He's amazing in it. I definitely think that he's probably the best villain of this phase, except for Tom Hiddleston in the next movie. But we'll get there. But he's definitely top tier of the villains that we've talked about. And that's pretty important to all these movies, right? I mean, they're superhero movies.
I would agree. Actually, I would agree. New
Right?
perspective. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and like, you do have to talk about the what they did to portray that character, the Red Skull. That's a hard character to portray. Like, you have this skull head,
Yeah.
and not to make it look cheap and fake. And I thought they like nailed it. That
Okay.
Yeah, I really liked what they did with that character. And I think in a different world, in a different timeline, he could have been like the big bad. Like, we're setting up Doctor Doom right now. Easily, Red Skull could have been a big bad of phases. He could have been a Thanos, honestly. If they really wanted to build that up, maybe it was too much to ask for Hugo Weaving. He has not returned to the role. They have a different voice actor now that portrays him. When he showed up in future films, it was a voice actor, not Hugo Weaving. So, kind of disappointing on that aspect, but you can't really fault this movie for that. So, to rank this movie, you're saying B.
I think if you want to go A, I'll allow it. I think you kind of convinced me. Unless you're talking about S tier.
No, I don't think S tier. I think A tier for right now sounds good. Let's put it behind Iron Man. I think it's up there with Iron Man.
Yeah. I didn't get to watch a recap. That's one I didn't get to do a recap of. But I did what little research I was able to do. One of the things I asked was because I was wondering about Red Skull, because I just was kind of failing to remember it all accurately.
Mm-hmm.
um, and it's from what I gathered, it's like partially true to the comic lore. It's not all the way because he's more powerful in the comics. I kind of read
Oh,
than
Red
he
Skull.
was, yeah, than he was portrayed in the movie.
I believe that to be accurate. I'm not 100% familiar with his power list,
Mhm.
but like to me, he's a character a lot like Doctor Doom, where they just have mystical powers. So they just have like, they just tap into these energies, and if they want to do something, they can do it. So um,
Okay,
yeah, like that's kind of where Red Skull is. But he's just the big bad of those early Captain America comics. Like when I think Captain America, I think Red Skull. So I'm glad
okay.
they gave him that, especially Hydra too. Like Hydra is so
Oh yeah,
tied to that, so you got to do Red Skull if you're doing Hydra.
okay. I agree with A. I'm fine
Cool.
with that. Like I said, I didn't get to watch a full recap, so I did, but I did like it because mine was a B. But you kind of brought forth a new idea or perspective that of the enemies we've seen up to this point, he's probably easily the best one so far. So
Yeah, yeah, cool, man.
yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad you
Oh,
agree.
and your game.
Yes, the ranking. So this probably did about the same as the other ones. I want to say. Well, the last one was 27. You said.
Yeah,
Let's say it's 26. Let's go for it.
actually, was a little higher. It was 22.
Okay. All right.
Got a 78.7. So I mean, they're all about ranked like within a few points of each other. Granted, actually, it is ranked 5 points ahead of like Thor and Iron Man 2, so it's like 5 points ahead of that, the average. So
Okay.
they got a better rating.
Cool. Good for it.
And as far as domestic,
The box office, I want to say this actually did a little less than Thor 2. I could be wrong, but I'm going to say it did a little less. I want to say 170.
yeah, 176.7.
Yeah.
Right on the money.
So I will say that's something that I kind of keep up on is the box office, especially the MCU. I will shout out Dan Murrell. If anyone likes to geek out on box office, Dan Murrell does a great job every week breaking down the box office. And anytime there's a new MCU movie, he'll do like a ranking of the films of their box office performance. So I kind of like every time there's a new movie, I'll check the rankings and kind of like get in perspective of new and the old. So
Okay.
I'm glad this is testing my recall. All right.
Also, one thing that I guess the AI does like mention that it doesn't take inflation into
Yeah.
consideration. So
Yeah. But no inflation. This is just pure what was box office money in those times, which I think is fine. We don't have to worry about inflation. If you're
yeah.
gonna be mad at us about that, you're watching the wrong channel. All right, buddy. Let's finish off Phase One of the MCU. I keep thinking like I'm cutting it off, but MCU Phase One, The Avengers. Josh Whedon was the director and credited as the main screenwriter. Came out in May 4th, 2012. This was a full 4 years after the first Iron Man movie. We got
Wow.
one, two, three, four, five, 6 movies in Phase One in the span of 4 years. Just put that in perspective.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Avengers. Holy moly, what a movie! Um,
Impact.
I think this delivered in more than what they even promised, man. Like this brought everyone together. We got Mark Ruffalo as Edward Norton's Hulk, but the characters that they introduced, they and also we got Black Widow Scarlett Johansson, and we have Hawkeye. You know,
Yep.
whatever his name is. Sorry. Jeremy Renner. And you have Samuel Jackson, Nick Fury, who was introduced in Iron Man 1, the post-credit sequence. So, they've been building up to this release for 4 whole years. So, I think it's fantastic. I still think it holds up. There's definitely parts of it that maybe are not, they probably don't hold up that well, but overall, I think this movie is great. I still want to watch it whenever I can. So, what do you think about it, Kevin?
No, I'm right there with you. I think it's a great movie. It has one of the most iconic scenes with the Hulk and Loki.
Oh God, I wasn't even thinking about that one. I was thinking about the Hulk. Mark Ruffalo is about to turn into the Hulk, and he looks back and goes, "That's my secret. I'm always angry." Like that.
That was excellent too.
That for me is like the ultimate.
That was amazing. I forgot all about that. Yeah.
But you're referencing the puny god.
Yep. just smacks them across.
Great stuff.
That was great. But no, that's an excellent scene. It's like in slow motion and everything, and he just that's an excellent scene.
Buddy.
I agree with you. Like they exceeded what they promised to deliver, and Loki as did an excellent, or I guess I should say Tom Hiddleston as Loki did great as the bad guy trying to basically conquer Earth. I don't know what I can't remember what my expectations were going into it back then, but like looking back on it now, I could easily just put this on the TV and watch it. Like it's a really good movie.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Well, with that, where are we gonna put it? I just don't know, Kevin. Maybe in the Hulk tier. After all that's said and done. I mean,
it's Mark Ruffalo shows up, so Hulk tier.
That's awesome. I mean, come on, you gotta put in S tier, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, yeah, definitely. I agree. S tier. That's safe because comparing it to like Iron Man 1 and Captain America, I think it's better than those. So yeah, yep. S tier easily.
Cool, man. Yeah, I agree.
And if you want to, when we start doing it, if you would like, say like the A tier, do you want to put Captain America above Iron Man? Do you want to add that meta to it?
Yeah, I think we will add that meta to it. I like what we got going on with this placement, but I do think we can order them in the tiers. I think that will add a little bit of the ranking part of it too. So
a little zip.
A little zip for your zag. All right. Well, cool, man. I'm glad we're in agreement. I think the Avengers is, I mean, what a way to end the phase and like really show the promise for what they were trying to achieve. And it really just stands up. So yeah, where's the ranking for this one?
Forgot we were doing that for a second.
Okay.
I was okay.
Well,
I saw it. I did have it. There it is. I got it.
So you told me that Iron Man 1 was ranked number 3. And there's only 2 other movies.
That is crazy. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I think this has to rank below that. Let's say number 5.
Remember, it's the critics at large, so yeah, they're gonna be wrong.
Well, you're giving me a number based off of the 3 aggregate numbers, right? Like it's an average of those 3.
It is.
Yeah, so that's tricky, but I'm gonna say this ranked number 5.
Number 5. It actually ranked 12th.
What?
Yeah, 8. Yeah, I know. Well, let's see. There are. Actually, I guess you could say it tied for 10. Okay. It tied for number because, yeah, like you said, it's an 85 on a flat 85, and there's 2 other movies at a flat 85. So, yeah, 85.0. like I said, I don't quite agree with all of them, but this is the two critic scores and then the audience score all averaged out together. So,
Interesting.
like I said, the number one movie I don't even put maybe in my top 5, but anyways, we'll get to that.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. Now we get to the fun part. This is the box office part. This
Holy
one,
shit.
yeah.
Sorry, I just gave it away.
No, you didn't give anything away because you gotta go to the ballpark for this one. All right, so box office for the Avengers. I know this is very high. I don't think it's as high as later Avengers films, which got really high. I'm gonna say $1.1 billion.
Little off.
Damn it!
Well,
Oh wait,
this,
I was doing worldwide. Sorry. Can I try again?
what did you try? Domestic, nothing reached $1 billion. One came close, but
that's right. Okay, sorry, my bad. Okay, I did get a little off there. Okay,
you're good.
600 million. No, wait, is that right?
You want to edit it a little bit?
Final answer: 600. I don't care.
Okay. 623.4 million.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yep.
Okay. I had to. Oh man, it's so tricky, like getting the worldwide numbers with the domestic. So sometimes that gets me. But cool. So 600 million. That's impressive. Avengers. Very impressive.
Yeah. So well, never mind, because I'd end up giving away numbers. Never mind on that thought.
Hold that thought, Kevin. Hold that thought.
Yes.
Well, that was the end of Phase 1, so you know what that means. We have to go to Phase 2 of the MCU films, but we will do that after this break.
All right.